Assalamualaikum to everyone. My name is Hidayat bin Mohamad Nasir, a final year student in Bachelor of Mechanical Engineering, and welcome to my final year's project presentation. The title of final year's project presentation is Black Bag Outline Mold Detail Design and Fabrication, Extension of Black Bag Manufacturing Localization Initiative Project. First, let's begin with project summary of this final year's project. This study looks into explore the technology behind black bag manufacturing, with an emphasis on a bag mechanical design and technical control requirement. This project will use SolidWorks software to produce a black bag mold and measuring its pressure and tension, as well as design information as a result. This project is being carried out in order to better understanding the technologies and procedure employed in the creation of the best design, as well as to examine and describe the design. The design of this black bag is divided into two parts in this research: tube part and bag block outline, but we will only focus on one of them, which is bag block outline. Let's see the introduction background of the final year project. RF welding is a construction method that uses heat, pressure, or both to join two or more parts. For the sake of this study, we will only examine into RF welding. The welding strength of RF welding can be interpreted as the strength of a weld on the plastic material that allow the plastic to be firmly linked without any fault and could cause the welding process to fail. As stated in the title, RF welding process that use PVC as a material as exceptional flame retardant quality because to its chlorine content, which is 91 maximum heat release kilowatt per meter square. The best of RF welding strength of the PVC results succeeded from machining that control the power, pressure, and time. The dielectric welding process is used to join the fluid and elastomer bag, which are essential yet disposable medical supply. The bags are made using a technology known as high-frequency welding. This study is about the development of a bag body outline mold design for dielectric welding required to success in a local manufacturing project in the field of black bag manufacturing, which is a collaborative project between UiTM and Celia Tech Holding Sdn Bhd to provide a widely utilized black bag manufacturing method. For the literature review, I will focus on four types of requirement, which is a design requirement, technology requirement, others requirement, and the last one is customer requirement. For the design requirement, we have 5 specific requirements as shown in the circle art. The first one is pre-design one phase. The pre-design one phase is when the requirement of our specification for a new product that we would anticipate society to accept are concrete, and it is bold based on the design motivate and need to meet the intended criteria. And we have a design phase. The design phase refers to the traditional design process. During this phase, the structure and shape are designed to meet the criteria or standard for a new item. The third one is a design assemble. The design assemble process is a criteria for both the upper and lower plate of the outline mold to ensure that the design created does not contain any defect on the mold surface. And the next one is post-design one phase. The post-design one phase relates to the growth of the design motivation, which will either directly or implicitly lead to the next item in society or by people. And the last one we have product. Okay, for the next one, I will present about technology requirement. The radio frequency heating technique relies on the dipole in the molecule to generate heat. The polymer utilized in RF welding are limited to the those with electrical dipole in their molecule. Difference in electronegativity between the atom of a molecule can cause permanent molecule in dipole to form. For the procedure and process, there are 5 steps to the RF welding technique, which is loading parts, applying pressure, applying electric field, holding pressure, and unloading parts. For the artist requirement, there are various more aspects to consider while selecting a black bed material. The pack in the mold should become translucent or translucent. This is requirement so that the user medical staff may detect whether there is a plug in the pack, monitor the plug level, and inspect the lining in the centrifuge plug, as well as determine whether the pack is leaking or not. The pack must also be lightweight in order to be easy to use and manage. Finally, the pack material should not be too costly. Okay, let's see the problem statement. For the current RF welding equipment, the plug pack has a complete tube part assembled. So, a split welding operation involving tube part, back, body welding, and so on is required. The difficulties encountered in developing this plug pack design, how to align the product for pot welding and body welding to ensure proper alignment. The result, the pixel width is leveled on the design is critical in ensuring that the energy applied to the PVC sheet is sufficient for the welding process to produce successful plug bed. Okay, let's see the final year's project 1 objective. The overall aim is to offer plug bed outline mold that conform to the standard dimension size for feasibility study and substantiation demonstration in local manufacturing. In addition, 4 objectives must be established in order to accomplish this. Following are the objectives. The first one is to pull a perfect plug bed mold that meet the state criteria, provide a detailed design of the mold and its component at the top and bottom of the mold. The second one is to investigate product specifications such as PVC thickness, machining conditioner, interrelationship with order to process and design constraint. The third one is to design mold and obtain parts based on plug bed outline manufacturing and assemble. And the last one, after the plug bed mold was successful, constructed using CNC machine, conduct mold testing on the design that will create on the PVC sheet. For the methodology of this final year's project is define the problem, engineer 5 solutions to issue by developing new goods, system, or environment. It is critical to define the problem before beginning to create something before we go through to the background research. After this project design requirement will be distinct from others because they will relate to a specific issue statement as well as the product, system or experience that will be created and move to the next step, which is brainstorm evaluation and choose solution. Next step is select the best 3 design for outline plug bed mold. Before draw the detailed design using of the plug bed outline mold using 3D drawing, the best plug bed outline mold design is next subjected to a structure analysis utilizing SolidWorks software to ensure that the design structure is correct. Any remote section that exhibits signs of being overstressed or overstrained will be subjected to a new design process. The design structure will be changed again. Then the mold structure will be analyzed and determined. The mold strength and deformation will be analyzed until a accepted strength and deformation result is obtained. For the fabrication and acquisition of plug bed outline mold, after the CNC machine has completed the fabrication process, the finishing product will be inspected to see if it's properly pulled. If this is not the case, the CNC part will be fabricated until the desired result is achieved. After the CNC machine has a complete of fabrication process, the finishing product will be inspected to see if it properly pulled. If this is not the case, the CNC part will be fabricated until the desired result is achieved. This process will be repeated until the appropriate result. After that, we will go to the final step, which is RF welding test mold evolution. After all of the preceding process have been completed successful, the RF welding testing and evolution of the Aula black bag mold will be complete on the RF welding machine. For the last section of this presentation, I will talk about expected result. We will able to identify the outline mold design of the best black bag based on criteria of 3 section black bag on the market at the end of the study. Mold structure research will also enable us to decide product design specification. Finally, we will use SolidWorks software to analyze the design based on mold strength. In order to acquire appropriate mold strength and deformation result, the creation of black bag mold using these dielectric welding technologies is projected to result in the design and manufacturing of the black bag. The mold design will demonstrate how the mechanical design of the black bag mold affect the tip product capacity in real-world setting. I will end this presentation for the final year's project with 1,000 thanks to Supervisor Dr. Mohamad FAUZI ISMAIL and also to the panel Ms. Farah Shahida binti Muhammad Saleh and Dr. Hazri Muhammad Yusri. Thank you.